You're now watching Cobatine.
Nostalgia at its finest.
I'm running circles around you.
Whether the player count has dropped to nearly zero, or the game has been delisted and become almost impossible to play, the Xbox 360 has become a home, a shelter for old online games that seem to have been left behind over the years. So I decided to revisit a handful of them to not only see if people are still playing, but to see why and how abandoned these games have become. From recognizable games that got replaced over time, to more obscure titles that everyone seemed to have forgotten about. Starting with a game that has been completely thrown under the bus by its own franchise. Alright, Call of Duty 3! Let's have it a go. Little quick match. Joining. Okay, you see, COD 3 still has that player base. Hey, yo, wait. Lime King has a mic. Give me a sec. Yo.
Yo. Hi.
What's up?
Hey, how is it?
Hold up, my game is super loud, bro. What's up, Tutored Hornet?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, you?
Flag is on top of the bridge there, sorry.
Sounds good, I'm gonna snipe them down the bridge.
Psych! He's halfway now. Their side, he's by the door in the middle.
Do you just find random players on COD 3, or do you have like a Discord to tell people to play this?
Sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
Like, do you just search for a game and you find people, or do you like organize like a game?
No, we just play. The Americans and Canadians will start coming on shortly. Play every single night with just the same old group of us.
Oh, that's
coming
great.
Up on our base. As long as you don't see or cause trouble, then you'll be invited every night if you want to come in.
Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah. It's pretty active then.
It is pretty active, yeah, but the Americans and that don't normally come on till a bit later.
Yeah.
In the UK, so I'm on early.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, you don't sniper rock.
Here, marker them.
Now we have other countries that play with as well. It's not just UK and the Americans and Canadians. We have Germans, Brazil.
Also, people all over the world then.
Yeah, we have a lot of Australians as well. They come on and join us.
That's nice.
It's quite funny. The Australians are eating breakfast. The English are getting ready for bed. And the Americans are just on their way home from work, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm surprised Call of Duty 2 isn't like really populated compared to COD 3.
Occasionally some people play that, but
Yeah.
people that play these old games, they like this one.
Yeah, COD 3.
I've not seen your name come up before. Have you played it before, or?
Oh yeah, this was my first Call of Duty back in the day. Very long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen your name come up. I'm gonna be stuck here. There we go. One on Sniper Rock, one on the R.
Yeah, I play occasionally.
And then again, sorry, I was yakking.
That's all good. No, yeah, I play occasionally. I usually make videos and stream Xbox 360 games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Technical stuff I don't understand.
That's all good. Yeah, I revive old games from time to time, man. Enjoy playing them.
One in their tunnel, people that we play with have been playing for virtually since the game came out.
Yeah, makes sense. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect to find myself chatting up with a COD 3 veteran today, let alone to find all these other players. But what I really didn't expect was learning that this game still has a dedicated community that plays not just occasionally, but every single night. And I didn't just take Tutored Hornet's word for it, because months after I met him, I actually played with a full lobby of 24 players.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
And I find that interesting. Like, I know a lot of us love playing these old Call of Duties on a daily basis, MW2 and Black Ops 1 for example, but I never would have thought this type of Call of Duty, the more simpler, before the camos and kill streaks type of Call of Duty, would have such a strong backbone to it, even after the shitload of COD games that came later on. You'd think it'd be well forgotten. But this next game tells a different type of tale when it comes to accessibility and popularity.
Play and win up to $100,000 at your source for Vegas-style casino.
What do you get when you throw simulated gambling and your super swagged out 360 avatar into a blender? You get Full House Poker. But because this game is now delisted off the face of the earth, I don't know if it's gonna be a full house. I feel like only a handful might remember or even know about this in this day and age, but Full House Poker was one of those social Xbox Live digital only 360 games that surprisingly still has a small community.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm the only one online right now, but I don't know where they're at. I don't know if there's anyone still playing this. Probably not. Yeah. But like I said, I do believe there's still people playing this because just a few months ago, I was streaming Full House Poker and I came across a regular veteran of the game.
Hey, I haven't sat down at an open table with 10 people at 8 years.
Yeah, man. Right now, I'm streaming it on YouTube.
You're playing this off of YouTube?
Yeah, I'm streaming it right now.
That's pretty cool. I figure there ain't much of us playing still. Hey, bring more people. I want everybody's chips.
Yeah, so I guess it's been pretty abandoned for almost a decade at this point. But you know me, gang. I don't like to give up so easily. Because on the very same day, just a bit later, I did manage to find a couple people. Oh! Nate Dogg and leftward.
Oh fuck, here we go.
Autumn. And the reason why I'm able to find this lobby and these lobbies is because their chip pool was way too high. Like, look, I went in with 250 grand. Listen, I've been keeping a good poker face. But players that don't have this many chips, and even modded console users that borrowed this game off a friend, can't get in these specific lobbies. Which makes it even harder to find the veterans of this game. This bitch definitely has a flush. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, wait. Why did I win? Yo! 160K. Wow. I tried messaging them both about how often they play. And even though Autumn didn't answer, I was pretty surprised of what Nate Dogg replied with. Oh, Nate Dogg got back to me? Every day. So naturally, I kept asking more questions about the game and community, but I never got a reply back. But the reason why I really like Full House Poker so much is not really for the poker itself, but more the social atmosphere it provides with your avatars and just laid back hangout vibes.
Shut the fuck up, you stupid wee brat.
Granted, it's not the most voice active game anymore. It's still quite a sight to see this non-backwards compatible Xbox 360 exclusive game still being played by the OGs nearly 15 years later. But the same cannot be said about these promotional games from the 2000s.
Try the new 99-cent BK Cravers menu from Burger King. Tasty food at an unbelievable price.
Imagine walking into a fast food restaurant and leaving with an Xbox 360 game as you buy your meal. That restaurant was Burger King. Back in late 2006, Burger King wanted to be part of the Xbox 360 world in some shape or form. So they released 3 promotional games. Unfortunately, I've only played Sneak King growing up, and as a 12-year-old kid playing it back then, I was just like,
it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever
played, and the main menu didn't help at all. But for some reason, I never really heard of Pocket Bike Racer nor Big Bumpin', at least not until a couple years later. And since Burger King sold over 3.2 million copies of these games, I was naturally curious to see if anyone still remembered the online side of a game like Pocket Bike Racer. And as I loaded it up, I got straight PTSD from when I played Sneak King. What the fuck? I don't know why Burger King loves making weird ass intros. And before even knowing how to play, I just went straight to find an online match. And to my surprise, no games found. So I just created a lobby and just sat here for hours every single day. But after some time, I just decided to try the game out. And honestly, it was pretty fucking cool. It was pretty fun and goofy. Bro, move! There was even a battle royale mode where you have to attack the other racers a certain amount of times, which I thought was pretty surprising for a 2006 game. What? How did that miss? But for some maps, the bots were just completely broken.
What the fuck was that?
And after racing against a Whopper Jr. for a while, I decided to go explore the game some more. Yo, they spelled achievements wrong? Yo, this is such a ghetto game. What the fuck? I ended up finding a global leaderboard of past players. And as I was just like looking through the players, I just went down such a nostalgic road by reading their names and bios because they sounded like they came straight out of 2009. Get owned, nub. Sorry, I pwned you. Blunts every day keeps the doder away. Here for the gang. And the list goes on. But miraculously, I did find 2 players recently online after all these years. So I tried inviting them to the game and messaging them, but unfortunately I didn't get a response. So I came to the conclusion that Pocket Bike Racer will probably never see the light of day again. I even did the exact same thing on Big Bumpin' and didn't find a single soul. But this was from a time when the Xbox 360 and society as a whole was at its peak. A time when companies actually cared about putting games on physical discs. But I think it's safe to say that these Burger King games will continue collecting a whole lot of dust. Now this next game, or version of this next game, is kind of the complete opposite. I think almost everyone knows about Team Fortress 2 in this day and age, but what seems to have been swept under the rug is the Xbox 360 version of the game. You know, the version that hasn't seen an update in almost 2 decades. That guitar string gets me every time. I don't know if there's gonna be people at this time. It's not even 11 in the morning, so... Maybe ranked?
Nope.
Damn it. No, it's okay. I'll try in a few minutes or a few hours, but for now I think I'm just gonna walk around a few maps. It blows my mind that a game like Team Fortress 2 was on the Xbox 360, and the only reason is because I just simply did not grow up with this game on this console. Whenever I think of Team Fortress 2 or CSGO, I automatically think, okay, PC, Steam game, Gabe Newell.
It's just me, Gabe Newell.
I don't think of Xbox, you know? And I guess it's no surprise that nobody's playing it at this moment, but I know for a fact that there's some sort of community that populates this game. It's just a question of finding them to see what remains of this abandoned port. Okay, let's try again. Oh! Doggy doo-doo? Dude, where are all these players coming from right now? Let me plug in my mic. Yo? Oh, if they're from the United Kingdom, they might have that fucking voice chat restriction thing. Oh, someone else joined. Absolute Alloy. But if you think about it, it kind of makes sense because personally, if I grew up with... Oh, holy shit, what a kill. If I did grow up with Team Fortress 2 back in the day, I'd still keep playing the Xbox 360 version, not just because I love the console, but this is technically the oldest and most classic way to play Team Fortress 2 in 2026. Because even though there's like redefined / remastered versions to simulate classic TF2, this version is still locked at 30 FPS, still has bugs from 2009, which was the last update the game received, and doesn't have a single DLC for maps, cosmetics, or even extra weapons, unlike the modern TF2 today. So as far as I know, this is the oldest official online port. Danya go Eclipse. Oh, Bruh! I killed him and he fucking rage quits. Come on, dude. Very unfortunate that this lobby had to close due to Koba's clobbering. But just a few hours later, on the same day, there was yet another lobby up. Yo! Wow, almost a full lobby? Shit. Whoa! I got fucking shit on. You know what, bro? We'll snipe it out. What is happening, dude? Everybody's just fucking around. I love this. Whistling door is tweaking on the barrel. What a shot. Boom! Got boom! Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just love sniping, bro. I think it's beyond Call of Duty at this point. Back to the fucking gulag. Once again, even though the #1 way to conveniently play Team Fortress 2 would be on PC, the Xbox 360 version has its own magic touch to it where the limitations and simplicity is just gold within itself. Whoa! It was nice to see back-to-back lobbies of people playing TF2 on the good old 360. It just goes to show that even though Valve's focus shifted away from this version of the game, it continues to not only live within modern gaming, but within the 7th generation of consoles nearly 20 years later. I think that's a win in my book. But this next game means something personal to me because I've been trying to find a match on it for almost 5 years. Ah yes, my beloved Avatar Laser Wars 2. A game from my childhood, former and current Koba would say. Now, digital DNA themselves are still a thing till this day. Some of you guys might not know now, but Castle Miner Z, their arguably most famous Xbox 360 indie game, is in the middle of being remastered or resurrected. That's the word I was looking for. Resurrected. So they're still around and they haven't abandoned their, classical games. But Avatar Laser Wars 2, I find, is a close secondary runner-up in regards of population regarding classic Xbox 360 games made by them. And after exploring this game, Avatar Laser Wars 2, for the past, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years at this point, I do believe it's one of my personal goals to find players playing this someday. Because I don't know, even though it's a simple shooter with your avatar, it's always about the charm and the atmosphere that delivers. And of course, my cherished childhood memories I spent on this game. But at the same time, whenever I do play a game like Avatar Laser Wars 2, I've learned to be comfortable roaming alone in a empty online multiplayer game. Like, I feel like it's an artifact, a piece from a museum that anyone has access to, but nobody passes by to check on it every once in a while. But who knows? Maybe it will make a comeback one day.
Yeah, everyone's saying Avatar Laser Wars needs to make a comeback. I would love to remake Avatar Laser Wars. I think that would be a fun one to remake.
Now, this last game might be one of the greatest forgotten underdogs in the history of Xbox 360 online games. Gotham City Imposters. Instead of playing as Batman or Joker, you play as regular civilians cosplaying as them in this weird, oddly fascinating FPS world. And despite Warner Bros. Shutting down the game's WBID service years ago, the online multiplayer somehow still works for this digital-only, non-backwards compatible Xbox 360 gem. Bro, this game has become a certified Koba classic on our streams. And I feel like this is one of the games that should have gotten a remaster and a sequel to it. Especially since you can't even play this without finding 5 other players, since there's no offline mode other than the tutorial and a few challenge levels. But of course, there is nobody playing this at this time. And just like Pocket Bike Racer, I spent hours every day sitting in these online lobbies for weeks on end, hoping I'd find some sort of life in this game. Until this happened. Yo, hold the phone. Who the fuck is this? GT30 option fan. Dude, I actually can't read names. Yo, what's up, bro? Damn, he's a veteran. Tim. So I sent this guy a message, and at first, I thought he just ignored me and went about his day. But he actually ended up replying to me right after. I just never received it.
Wow.
The only way I knew he messaged me was when I checked the Xbox app on my phone.
Lol, no. Started the game up randomly for the first time in years. Looks like it takes 6 to start a match.
And honestly, reading that made me pretty fucking happy. But then I found another player just hours later. And then another player at 9:30 at night.
Another one.
And early morning again. It's 9:40 in the morning. I just woke up.
Another one.
I found a total of 6 random players on Gotham City Imposters, scattered over a span of 2 weeks or so at different times of the day. So clearly people are wanting to play again. But it's just extremely difficult since it requires 6 players to start a game and the fact that there's no private match option. I also ended up checking the leaderboards for the first time ever, because for some reason I thought this game just didn't have one. And I noticed that a lot of the top players not only aren't active anymore, but a couple of them had Gotham City Imposters as their last game ever played. As if that's all they've ever played before never coming back. This guy even had GCI in his name with some crazy bio.
Nice.
But I feel like I stumbled across some sort of Gotham graveyard, because at some point this game seemed to have revolved around hundreds of gamers' lives, only for their top scorers to be preserved and almost totally forgotten. But at this point, I felt pretty hopeless on ever trying to get a lobby going on this game, so I just moved on. And whenever I edit videos like this, I like to sit in the empty lobbies on my second monitor just for fun, in hopes that something would happen. But about a week later, I loaded up Gotham City Imposters and accidentally stayed for 7 hours straight. Yo, you got a mic, Salt?
Yo, what are you doing on this game?
Yeah, man.
Love your channel.
Thank you very much.
Koba Gang member?
I love this game, man. So crazy to see you here. I'm normally on
Mach 3's
streams, just randomly bought Xbox Live a few days ago.
Yo, W, bro. Shout out Mach 3, my G6.
Yo, I plugged in the Kinect.
Yo, W.
Yeah, I played this so much back in the day.
Yeah, I've never played this back in the day. I started playing it in 2024.
I used to watch my dad break controllers over this game.
Do you remember the last time you played this game?
It would have been on PC a long time ago, I don't know. I'll see if I can log into my Steam account. Last played January 13th, 2016.
Damn! Wow.
Just got Xbox Live again to try out the Call of Duties on 360, so I've just been playing World of War, Black Ops 2 Zombies, Modern Warfare 3. For some reason, my Modern Warfare 2 disc is missing.
Damn. And as we waited for more players, we ended up talking for literally 5 hours about the new GTA 6, to the Black Ops ports, and even about doing classic glitches on old Call of Duties.
Wow.
And as time went by, I was determined to give the boy Salt a damn lobby, let alone myself after 2 weeks. So I started inviting every player I met on Gotham over the past couple of weeks. And when that didn't work, I tried checking out true achievements for active game nights, asking around the GCI PC Discord server if they wanted to play, and even messaging a random Reddit user who recently played. But of course, no luck. So I had no choice to use my holy grail of a final weapon. Yeah, so I finally let my community know last minute, because if anyone can revive this game, it'd be the Koba Gang. Yeah! And granted, it still took hours to fill a lobby due to things like compatibility pack problems, but eventually, one by one, we managed to pull off the impossible. With the help of one of my other accounts for the beginning.
Yo, we got it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, sweet, let's go.
5 hours later.
It's been so long.
So this will be your first match in like 10 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Jeez, bro. So there's one. Oh, shit. Yeah, we lost a quarter of the lobby right off the bat from how unstable these servers are. But we still managed to keep the lobbies alive for about 2 hours, having a blast and even getting close to a full lobby by the end. Dude, 3 hit markers with a fucking sniper, you're trolling me. Yo, I'm in a fucking tree. Dude, I'm in a tree.
I still think it's crazy. I hop on and just randomly number 2s here.
Hell yeah, bro. The odds of that happening. Oh, what? What a shot. Oh, what a shot. Almost a full party of everyone playing Gotham City Imposters. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
Everyone was T-posing for me.
Oh, shit. Yeah, Devin was T-posing for me. What the hell? What a spot tragic. Yo, we might have a full lobby, dude.
Holy shit, yeah.
Gotcha, bitch.
Whoa, we traded knives. That's crazy. Get your ass down, boy. Bro, that fucking...
Oh yeah, GG.
Damn, GG's. Nice meeting you, Salta. I'll catch you on the flip side, bro. Thanks for waiting with me for like 5 hours, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Alrighty, guys. Take it easy. Have yourself a good night.
Sweet, yep, I'll see you, man.
It was a bittersweet feeling seeing Gotham City Imposters pretty much full of life again. But even though we somehow did manage to get a lobby going, the reality is that it's still a deserted game that's borderline unplayable without enough players. And it got me thinking, there's something truly fascinating about revisiting abandoned Xbox 360 games in this day and age. Every game feels like you're dusting off a piece of history while never really knowing what you'll find after all these years. Maybe you'll find players who never forgot about their childhood, or maybe you'll find nobody but yourself, the only person who seems to remember such a game. And even that could still be pretty interesting. How did that miss? But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see more of these exploration type of videos. Because not only is there a ton of online games still left in the past, but you never truly know who's playing what on the Xbox 360 nowadays. And real quick, if you'd like to support the channel beyond a like, consider becoming a member, as it would help a whole lot. But with that said, if you did enjoy the video, like, comment, subscribe, swag on, stay lit, and I'ma catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.
Cobatine.